All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.69. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Sunday afternoon. How's everybody doing? Starting just a little bit late. We were watching a football game. Our team won again, so yay us. If you're in Atlanta, sorry, you need a new kicker. But hey, it's football, right? That's the way it goes. Boring. It's been a frickin' boring weekend, hasn't it? Just a boring weekend. So are you bullish or bearish? That's what we're going to talk about today. Bullish or bearish from here after this stupid sideways trading on the weekend where everything is still in its purple boxes. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Hey, if the negativity is fine, right? Just don't be a troll, right? If you're a bear and you have a reason for being a bear, let me know why you're feeling bearish. That's all. Just let me know. Just don't be an idiot, right? And don't be a troll. And we can we can deal with it. It's okay to disagree, but just don't be a jerk. Because it always happens, just about. We only have 2 long-term bulls, maybe 3. And everyone else ends up just being a jerk. Anyway. So here we are. Dogecoin is at 18.36 cents. Yes, we're still over 18 cents, still in the purple box from the flash crash we had back on October 10th. You know, October 10th, that was last month. That was last month already. And here we are, November 2nd, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. It's just sideways. We're exactly the same price we were back on October 11th. So 3 weeks ago, and it's the same. And you can say just about everything else. Bitcoin at 110. Bitcoin was at 110 on the 11th. Ethereum at 3,800. Well, Ethereum was 3,800 back on the 11th of October as well. So everything is just kind of going sideways. And we can go through any other crypto you want. They're all about the same. We'll take a look at Astar in a little bit. Astar seems to be one that's pumping. So we'll take a look at that as well. I start here with this. How you feeling? How are you feeling? Are you surviving this, what's supposed to be this glorious crypto bull run where we're supposed to all be getting filthy rich? Not happening, is it? It's just not happening. Beaten and bloodied, yes, especially back on October 10th, right? Beaten and bloodied. But most of us are holding on, right? And as long as you're not chasing with leverage, right? You're not trying to catch up with this leverage trading, maybe you'll make it. Heavy selling today of Bitcoin on Coinbase. So there's some other exchanges that are keeping Bitcoin at 110, but these are outflows. This is more selling than buying on Coinbase. The only thing keeping Bitcoin afloat is some other exchanges, and there's arbitrage that goes on. If you don't know what that is, it's like basically there are, I don't know, 100 different crypto exchanges, right? 100 different crypto exchanges. And how does the price stay the same on all those exchanges? Because stocks only trade on one exchange, right? In the United States, we've got the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ or the Amex, American Stock Exchange. And your stock is either on one or the other, not on all 3. So if you're looking at Tesla stock, right? Tesla's trading on one exchange. You don't have different Tesla stocks trading on different exchanges. Crypto doesn't work that way. Crypto has all these individual exchanges. Dogecoin trades on like 70 different exchanges. So if the price is different on different exchanges, and if it's enough of a difference, you'll get these guys who take their Dogecoin and they transfer it from one exchange to another, and then they sell at a higher price, or they buy at a lower price and transfer it onto another exchange where it's a higher price, right, and sell it there. And that's called arbitrage, and they make money. And that's how all of these exchanges maintain the same prices. If they didn't, all the values of all the cryptos would be different all over the place. But that's what traders do. That's how Sam Bankman-Fried made a lot of his money. To begin with, he was an arbitrator. He was really good at it. He would do Korean exchanges versus American exchanges and all of that stuff. So, but Coinbase, heavy selling today. I don't know why. Some bears. We got some bears here that are just selling. So that doesn't help because we want Bitcoin to go higher so all the crypto can go higher and we can all be rich. You're welcome, Mario. You're welcome, Mario. That's how it works. I get that question a lot. Like, why is a price different on this exchange than that exchange? But typically, they're pretty close. And that arbitrage trading is what keeps them pretty level. Dan Crypto says, look, Bitcoin still holding on that same area, technically at support. Bulls have been defending this level well so far. The bounces are also getting weaker, which is something to note. Volume ticking down. But of course, it's the weekend, right? Weekend volume's on. But even since October 10th, right? We had that one big spike of volume on October 10th. And it's just kind of been drifting down since then. And every weekend, of course, we have real big dips in the volume like we do right now. Support is support until it isn't, but you don't want to go down and test it again. Please don't. Important week ahead. So what does the week ahead have in store for us? Is the government shutdown going to end? There's a lot more pressure on the Democrats, but the Democrats so far are holding off. But again, that's just the United States, right? But the United States has a big percentage of the overall crypto trading. So what the United States government does or doesn't do has an effect worldwide and especially on crypto markets. AO says, look, the real bull run is still coming. We haven't had the real bull run yet. And now it looks like because Bitcoin has kind of got stretched out up here, it's just stretched out. It's looking like we're going to have an extended cycle. Yes, an extended cycle. And I know there's some people, oh, you just say that because we haven't had the bull run yet. But we're not dropping yet, right? We have all these cryptos that are still sideways for 3 weeks now, sideways trading. Bitcoin, sideways trading. Cardano drifting down a little bit. Solana, though, is kind of even. Even XRP that we look at a lot, $2.50 sideways, right in the middle of its purple box. So, yeah, that's what we got. Is just like, but is there really going to be a real bull run? Is Bitcoin ever going to go on this big explosive run up? Or is that all over now? All the volatility of Bitcoin's gone, and now it's just going to be more like gold, right? Slow and steady, right? Up and down a little bit, but we may not have these big bear markets again like we had in 2018 and 2022. That may not happen. So we wait and we see how this plays out. But that extended cycle thing is more and more what people are talking about. Merlin says, look, this is how Bitcoin is traded. 55-month breakout incoming. It's been 55 months since a Bitcoin breakout, and it's just been slow and steady. We're still grinding its way up. And this just may be what it does for a little while longer. It may be. George points out, look, the latest, the whale that has 100% win rate just increased his Bitcoin long position to $118 million. So this guy, he's the one who had those big shorts when the market dumped. He's really betting on Bitcoin going up on a 13x leverage position. He just increased his trade at 110,000, which is where Bitcoin is right now, right? 110,000. And he's betting on Bitcoin going up with 13x leverage at $118 million trade. So somebody thinks Bitcoin's going up. Meanwhile, what about the alts? Are the alts going to do the same thing? A bull run for alts now extended into 2026. Now, AO, Crypto Rover, these guys, they're Permabulls, right? They get more response by still thinking everything's going up. But this chart actually looks at the overall business cycle, which is one of the things Raoul Paul has been talking about, is that the business cycle looks like it's going to be rounding up in 2026. Thus, all of these ideas about this extended cycle into 2026 as well, following the business cycle. So that's interesting. And Merlin is like, hey, we got a cup and handle pattern, right? Cup and handle on the altcoin market cap. A cup and handle doesn't mean anything as far as I'm concerned, but there's a lot of traders who love the cups and handles. And so we got a cup and handle now for the altcoin market cap. And now there's a little indecision here as we go into November about what that really is going to be. Are we going to have this big run on altcoins? Astar went on a big run this morning. Why? Because CZ said he bought some using his own money, and then Astar all of a sudden took off. So there are some cryptos that are still like going off on these big runs. So here's Astar, which had been drifting down. We had been watching this Astar pullback from $2, right, all the way down to $1, and then it goes on a 20% run today. So there are some that are actually moving, and Astar was one of them, a big pump when CZ said, hey, I bought some of this. So now it's getting traded up here pretty strongly with a lot of leverage, and there's a lot of shorts and longs all getting taken out with big volume of trading. So that's where a lot of the attention is today, is on Astar. And we got the pinger going off. What's trading here? Zek is going up, so they're taking out some shorts. What else is going on? That seems to be where the biggest money is right now, is Zek. So Zek must be going up right now. What does that mean for Dogecoin? Well, look, we have not had the big blow-off run on Dogecoin yet. As our friend Ether National says, look, first bull wave, second bull wave, we haven't had the big third bull wave if you look at the charting of Doge. So this still could be coming. Anything can happen, right, William? Anything can happen. Exactly. So are we bearish or are we bullish? Baron thinks Bitcoin is going up. Buy more Doge. Yes. Mog went on a little run yesterday and then came back down. And that's how I think Astar will probably do the same, because this is not the market for these more meme type, although Astar does have kind of a, not really its own blockchain, but whatever. It's a platform. And if CZ's buying it, maybe it does stay up at a higher price a little bit. But all these other memes, anything that goes on a run is going to just come right back down. We're just not ready for that whole market to blow off top yet. So, yeah. The government doesn't want people becoming rich with crypto. I think there's some of that too. But the government can't manipulate the market. They can just go on and on about stable coins all they want. That's what the US government's doing. A lot of FUD over in the EU, of course. But overall, there's not really much they can do. Be tough to ban crypto. Do I think there's still going to be a bull run? I think there's going to be a half a bull run, Armando. I still think half a bull run. And I know that's might be a little chickening out, but it's not going to be the same run as we had in 2021. I just don't think so. That was just a huge percentage run. We're not going to get that. Oh, we're talking food in the chat here. Pork adobo, DB. Pork adobo. Got a joke, Sebastian? What did crypto do at the stoplight? It hodled until it turned green. Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday. Ruben, extended cycle. I know, right? It's like, I mean, what else are we going to talk about, right? Extended cycle. Give us some hope, right? Give us a little hope. The bull run almost over, Javier? It's been a hell of a bull run, hasn't it? I mean, Doge is still 18-cent Dogecoin. I mean, it's better than a year ago when it was 9 cents, 10 cents. It was starting to wake up right before the election of Trump. So maybe it was 10 or 11 cents by the time of the 2nd of November, a year ago. And then it took off. 2 years ago, Doge was 6 cents. So from 6 to 12 to 18, let's say, that's pretty good. And I know it went to 48 cents, all of that, but that's how Dogecoin trades, volatile, up and down. But right now, it's pretty dead. And the sentiment is bad. I get it. I know it. I see it. Volume trading is down. Sentiment is bad. Leverage traders are in control. Well, not the traders, the market makers and the exchanges. The leverage trading continues, just not as at high of a rate because of all the uncertainty in the market. As Danny says, the flash crash changed my perspective on crypto. Yep, it did. It took out so much leverage, and those that didn't have leverage trades open, you really saw like who's in control of this market. You're not selling in the red. Charlotte, how are you? My mom this morning told me I sounded depressed on the phone. She has no idea. This stupid crypto. Why did I get into this? Why did I get into this? Hiya, David. How are you? Ruben is bearish right now, unfortunately. I get it. The sentiment is down. Fear and greed index. It's in fear, upper fear, near neutral, but still fear. Can Dogecoin reach 50 cents? Well, that's probably as good a target as any if we go on a bull run, I think. I'm not thinking dollar Dogecoin right now. Again, that's the X factor, right? The X factor for dollar Dogecoin. That's all you got is Elon launching X money. And I talked about that in my November price prediction video. It's like that's the wild card. Without that, what has Dogecoin got? If the whole market goes up, Dogecoin will just go up with it. What other big news is going to come out? Big catalyst that's going to get Dogecoin like flying? I can't think of much. All the other stuff is just little here, little there. The ETFs, I mean, there's so many ETFs that are going to launch. We need the government shutdown to end. So you think the bull market really gets going in 2026, breaking the 4-year cycles? Yeah. So Dinatronic, it may not be a big bull market rally. It might not be that 200, 300, 500% run. It might just be kind of slow and steady, volatile along the way, but the overall trend up, slow and steady, which would break the 4-year cycle. Yeah. But anything can happen. True. Waiting for the next flash crash. We'll see how much leverage builds up. I mean, there are a lot of leverage traders, right? I mean, this is a $118 million trade right now on Bitcoin to go up. So if there's a flash crash, that $118 million trade has a big target on it. It's got a big target on it. Hey, Mark, how are you? Let's go Doge. I need a down payment for a house. It would be nice. I would love it for us all to get stinking, filthy rich, right? Just right now, the sentiment isn't there. William, you're looking more long-term now? Yeah. Doge taught me to be patient. Bleeding for a long while. DCA'd. My average is still 25 cents. Yeah. Does the February 2024 up move and the November 2024 up move gives any indication on what we can expect? It just shows us that, just how volatile Dogecoin can be, because we look at those big runs, right? Let me zoom out enough here. So there's February into March 2024. It's kind of a double move, right? It was kind of this double move. And then it sold off. And then what did we have with the Trump election? And let me get that out of the way. With the Trump election and the whole Elon thing, right? We had a run up, a sell off, and then a second. And then it really sold off. So there's a pattern there on how that worked. Since then, it's been 1, 2, 3 little pumps, but we haven't had the next really big one yet. So but Dogecoin still is overall, when you zoom out, it is still trending upwards. There's an upward trend since April that has happened. And the little spikes have been higher highs. So now, does that October 10th flash crash just change everything? I mean, that was pretty volatile there 3 weeks ago. People need to chill out, just buy more. Towers Roofing. People are scared. It's risky at this point in November 2025, buying crypto. And then it might just go down from here. Think of all the money flowing into the US next year. Yeah, most of that is going to be stocks. I mean, the stocks are the ones that have really been winning, right? We look at the S&P 500, just barreling up, new all-time highs. We have the NASDAQ just barreling up, new all-time highs. The Dow Jones barreling up, new all-time highs, right? And that was all in October, but not crypto. The money was flowing into stocks, particularly the big tech stocks, from Nvidia to Microsoft to Google to Tesla. That's where all the money was going. Not so much into Bitcoin and crypto. Hey, Dr. Doge, aesthetic. We should all be buying now. In the future, Dogecoin will definitely be higher than this. Yeah, I believe so. It just short term, we just have ourselves in feeling kind of bearish right now. Although, you know, I've made these purple boxes for a reason, just to show like how sideways everything has been for 3 weeks now. And hey, I got a lot of other people talking about purple boxes now, right? Because it's true. You just have all of these cryptos that are just sideways for 3 weeks. It's just sideways. And this is a good way to show it. H-bar did come up out of the purple box, and now it's using that purple, the top of the purple box as support, because it had its big news on its ETFs, but couldn't sustain a run because of all of the other negativity that's in the market. You still believe Doge can make a parabolic move? We still have more than 50 days till the end of the year. Sure. It's just what is going to cause that? And that's what I talked about in my video on Saturday. It's exactly what I talked about, is what is it that's going to do this third bull wave on the Dogecoin chart? Because it's just not going to do it on its own. It needs something. It needs something. Hi, Ryan. How are you? You're just watching, hanging out? Still happening in December towards the end. No extended cycle. I know. All of us that have been preaching 4-year cycles for so long, we're now kind of like, yeah. But I know we still have almost 2 months left of 2025. And one of those might include Elon and X Twitter launching X money, which would get Doge to pump. I think so. But I haven't heard any hints. DJ Mad, I've been buying more Doge while it's cheap, increase my position for the real bull run. I know, it's all risky, right? ICP pumped. Why did ICP pump? Did it really pump? I don't know why these things pump. Well, look at that. It's out of the purple box. We drew a purple box on ICP. We looked at this. It's over $4. So I don't know why. I didn't hear any news about ICP and why it went up like that. So that's like a 30%. Not bad. The word on the street is they're opening the government this week. Which Democrats are going to vote? We already know they have Fetterman and one other, but who's the other 5? Who's going to cross over? Won't be Schumer. We know that. Maybe we should change the magnet to a sausage. You want the Doge to jump for the sausage? Here, Doge, get it. Get it. Get it. Bitcoin is winning. A year ago, it was 20. Now it's 5x since then. Yep. Bitcoin has been holding it right around 60% Bitcoin dominance. It's still doing well. Typically in past cycles, you have a rotation to ETH and alts, and that full rotation to ETH and alts hasn't happened. We've had some ETH fake outs, right? Where ETH started to run and then it just stopped. If I didn't have so many bills, I'd be buying to bring down my average. Yeah, you got to pay the bills though, William. ICP hit its support level that has retested twice in its lifetime. Yeah, but it needs some news, not just a support level to make it run, and I don't know. X payment will be the trigger, maybe. I believe so. Even though Doge won't be on it, just the fact that they do it, they launch it, that'll be enough to pump Doge. In Elon we trust. Pray to whatever God you believe in for X money in December. Hey, Morteza, how are you? The Clarity Act passing as well as the heavy ETF should pump Doge. The Clarity Act won't have any effect on Dogecoin. I don't think so. The crypto report said Elon said the only two cryptos he supports is Bitcoin and Dogecoin. That's true. He did say that. That was a number of years ago, but yeah, all these other crypto armies are trying to believe that Elon supports them, and he doesn't. He doesn't. XRP. No. True, boss. We all thought Trump would be good for crypto, and he took advantage of that, took all the liquidity out of the market for himself and his family. His family got richer. A 20% pump when the ETFs go. Yeah, and where does that get us? 22-cent Doge? 21-cent Doge? We need more than that. When Doge reaches $2, the Filipinos in the chat should send Jollibee to Kriss. Jollibee. Right. He named his dog Floki, right? It was a Shiba Inu dog that he got because of Dogecoin. He named it Floki. And then there was a Floki token made, right? Because that's how it works, right? Just, I mean, we were talking about that stupid Waymo car that ran over a cat that was named Kit Kat. And then there's 7 or 8 Kit Kat tokens made. It's just stupid. How many stupid meme tokens are out there? But no, right. Elon supports Floki. For those that don't know, Elon got a Shiba Inu dog because of Dogecoin. He named it Floki. And then someone made a stupid Floki token. Elon doesn't support the Floki token. He loves his dog. A 10,000% pump. You know, Happy, we would all love a 10,000% pump. I would love the whole market to go up 10,000%. We all get stinking rich. The likelihood of that happening, is the Philippines a place to be for spring break? Like is your son in college and it's like that's going to be the place to be, or is it just like it's going to be like really popular and crazy, or is it just to go to a country and visit it and learn about the culture and all that? I can't wait to start traveling. I'm planning on doing a lot of traveling. Just got to get through tax season coming up. Got to get through tax season. Is Shib dead? It's still in the purple box, just like everything else. So somebody's trading this continuing, but against Dogecoin, if you look at the Shib Doge, it's been, I mean, this has just been down, down, down for months. Shib versus Doge, starting to come up just a little bit here. So yeah, there's some support there for Shib versus Doge. I did call the bottom here with this yellow line. That was the bottom of Shib versus Doge. And since then, at the bottom, Shib has outperformed Doge by 14, 15%. We just have to wait for the big Doge catalyst, right? Otherwise, Doge is just going to be lackluster, which is kind of what it is right now. To learn about culture, he's still in high school. Okay. I was saying if he was at college, right? But yeah, culture. Good answer. I met a lot of Filipinos when I was in Guam. I never made it to the Philippines itself, but there were a lot over in Guam. Really nice. Great people. Unless I'm confusing with Floki. Yeah, Floki Inu. Floki Inu is the token that was made right after Elon got his Shiba Inu pup and named it Floki. So Floki Inu is the name of the token. Yep. Right now, I don't think ADA is going to $3. No, I think $2 max this bull cycle. But now, as it's like floundering around 60 cents, I mean, it's November now, and it's just like 60 cents. It's really, really hard for it to go to $3 from 60 cents. I mean, we would need the biggest bull market. We had that in 2021. We've talked about all of the great things that happened in 2021 for the markets. Right? Everybody at home because of COVID, bored, trying to do something, getting stimulus checks, right? Yeah, extra money. We don't have anything to spend it on, so buy crypto, right? That helped. No, I think people will turn bullish again when the government opens and Doge ETF goes live. Yep, those would be nice. Those will be nice to happen. Let's hope this week. Raiden, how are you? You gifted a membership. Who got the membership? Nye got the membership. Awesome. See, you posted a chat just in time and got the membership. Thank you, Raiden. Cheers. How you doing? Hope all is well with you, wherever in the world you are today. I just picture you as this world traveler all the time. Hey, Sunshine, I'm a Dogeaholic. Well, welcome to our therapy session, Sunshine. Welcome to our therapy session. Raiden for the win. Raiden for the win. Still in Tangier? Nighttime. Nighttime in Tangier. I know it's dark. Not even 5 o'clock and it's dark. Every year we go through this. I thought the United States Congress had already passed that they weren't going to do daylight savings anymore. And then we still have it. I thought we were over that. But nope, it's still here. Should be a great pump when the government opens. So you're now 6 hours ahead. We just had daylight savings time. Yeah, it's 5 o'clock here in Boston now. So yeah, 6 hours. Yeah. Sean, I thought they passed that thing like a year ago. And then we were just going to like do the daylight savings for the summer. And we were just going to keep it at that level. Because everybody seemed to like that more. But nope, we turned it back. I heard the same. They need to pull their finger out. Is it still possible for citizens to get stimulus from tariffs? You know, I don't know where that came from initially, but that kind of grabbed hold and people are all excited about it. I just don't think that that's going to be a thing. They need to pay down the debt, not just hand out free money. Just pay down the debt. I think that's better. Because what does the free money lead to? More inflation. That's not going to help us. It'll have a nice short-term, little fun, immediate impact. But long-term, it doesn't work. If we learned anything from 2020, 2021, it was that. That's why we ended up with 10, 12% yearly inflation for 21 and 22, because all that free money that was out there. They forget they passed it. Morteza, it's 1 o'clock. So you would be 2 hours ahead of Tangier. So you're in the Middle East somewhere. That's my guess. You're in the Middle East somewhere. Yes, I know there's still a lot of debate about that, but yeah. It's not only the free money. It's like the free housing, the free food, the free healthcare, like all that stuff. Although many towns and states are pulling back on that stuff now because they all realize, yeah, that was pretty bad. Not a fan of handouts. I agree. We should work for what we have. It's just amazing all the numbers that have come out now that, with the government shutdown, the SNAP, free food program is going to go on hold. And people are digging in all the numbers about what percentage of populations in cities and states actually receive those SNAP benefits. And there's like 2 cities here in Massachusetts where like 47% of the people in the city are getting SNAP benefits. 47%. It's like there's something wrong with that. Totally something wrong. It's like Springfield, Massachusetts. 47% of the citizens are getting SNAP benefits. That's ridiculous. No. But hey. What if robots and AI take all the jobs? Well, they won't take all the jobs, right? But they'll take some. But you just need more people to manage the robots and manage the AI. Learn to code, right? I know. Where did his 30 minutes come from? Morteza, we need to hear. How does it get 1:30? Where's that extra half an hour? Why can't we make inflation illegal? Well, I mean, one of the things which Congress would never pass, right, is having sort of the spending, right, cutting the spending down to help reel in inflation, and it'll just never pass. Everybody wants their special little projects in their hometowns, home states. Yeah, time to stop all that. Just all that money. Hyperliquid whale, longs Doge, 10x leverage, entry price 18.3, which is where it is right now, at 2.6 million. So maybe they were looking at what George posted here about this Bitcoin long at 13x, and they're like, and they're going to go in on Doge. Could be. That's a big bet. Iran. Well, good evening or good tomorrow morning. It's already Monday there. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I agree. Get a job. Not 47%. Now, there is some percentage of people who are disabled, right? Or, have some other ailments or other things where, okay, let's help them out. But not like half the city. If BTC goes down to retest 108, will that drag Dogecoin below the purple box? Yes, that would be bad. Yes. That would be bad. We do not want to, we don't want to lose support. If there's an AI bubble burst, then the stock market will be going down pretty dramatically, and it would pull crypto down with it, unfortunately. It's a market thing. Did you hear about the scrutiny of the disabled vets benefits? They need to be talking more of the illegals. I know. They're looking at the wrong thing. Absolutely looking at the wrong thing. Leave the vets alone. Let's get rid of the illegals. You hate the whole time shift thing? I do too. And it didn't pass again. There are some time zones that are off by 30 minutes. I didn't know that. I thought everything was on the hour. 30 minutes. I didn't know. Judges and lawyers, assistants really could be taken over by AI. Skilled trades, safest thing to have. Yep. Learn a trade. Best thing you can do. Best thing you can do. So right now, in the overall market, the winners are Astar, Dash. I don't know where Dash came from. All of a sudden, Dash took off. ICP that we looked at. This Humanity Protocol, H, that's been going up and down. Starknet, Aave, Pi Network, Monero, and Flare. The biggest losers? Virtuals, Fetch, poor Fetch. Pump.fun, Story, the IP token, Trump, WorldCoin, Memecore, Aerodrome, and ENA. So these are all the ones that were like way up last week, and now they're just coming right back down for the most part. Overall fear and greed index is 35, which is at the high end of fear, but it's still fear. It's still fear. So yeah, that's not good. And I get it. I hear it. I see it all over X too. I mean, there's the Permabulls on there, but there's a lot of other people who are just like not liking the way the market looks. I mean, this weekend was just low volume, no trading, straight sideways pretty much. A little bit of a dip earlier today. But overall, it's just still pretty dead market. So we'll see tomorrow. Like and subscribe. Thank you, Raiden. Reminder to everybody. Give a like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Appreciate the support. We try and keep things real here on the KrissPax channel. We do talk about some of the outrageous price predictions, right? But just because I show it on the screen doesn't mean that I support it. So I talk about it. Hey, Oscar, how are you? Yeah, this is when daylight savings time ends, Danny. Daylight savings time ended this morning. Is a financial advisor role a good position to have in today's day and age? You'd be better off actually managing portfolios rather than guiding people to what they should invest in, because those jobs are just, I mean, I guess there's a place for them, right? But you're just getting paid on commissions, and that's never really going to be big. But I guess it's a decent enough job for somebody who just wants a job to pay the bills, have a vacation every year, right? That kind of thing. It's not going to get you to take that next step in life. Nah, you're sticking with the healthcare profession. Healthcare is where the money goes, particularly when the economy slows down. Healthcare just keeps chugging away. What are the latest odds? Yeah, we looked at that on Friday, and it was still after November 16th was the biggest odds. It was only like 1% by Monday, right? U.S. government shutdown. That we did. We looked at that one already. When will the government shutdown end? Yeah, 1% by Monday. 1% by Monday. November 28th is the highest rated bet on Polymarket. It's practically the whole month of November. We're going to go through with the government continuing to be shut down. November 28th. Yep. That's where Polymarket is. That's not good. William, you work with homeless people, getting them back to work. Good for you. Good, honorable job. Good morning, Anthony. How are you? Can you manage portfolios with a financial advisor? I don't think so. I think that takes something else. Financial advisors just guide people into what to invest in, what their goals are, how they can best reach their goals, all of that stuff. Yeah, one vacation a year. The American dream, right? That's the American dream. Get a job, have a family, get one vacation a year. That's it. Healthcare, one of the safest places. Yeah. 1%. Where did they find that one? Somebody bet. I mean, obviously, somebody thinks that some miracle is going to happen tomorrow, and the Democrats are going to vote to end the shutdown. If that person's right, they're going to make a lot of money, right? Ugh, agreed. BTC does its biggest moves a few days in a year. Is that true for Doge? It's more true for Doge than it is Bitcoin. It's actually more true. Yeah, I think so too. Government shutdown is going to make history, and that's by November 5th. That'll be the 35 days. And then, yep, that will be the new record. You know they're going to go for that. Yep, the odds of a December rate cut went down. I did see that. 37 more days to the next FOMC in December, and it dropped to 70% chance of a rate cut. 70% chance. So that's not good. People were kind of expecting, yeah, there's going to be a December rate cut too. But then Powell had to open his mouth and say whatever it was, not necessarily, right? Not a foregone conclusion. But what else is he going to say? He can't promise they're going to lower rates. We're cooked. Hey, Con, how are you? There's very low cash liquidity in crypto. Yep. I agree. The only thing keeping us afloat is buying on the dips, right? In the hope that those shorts up there are going to get taken out by the market makers. But they can't get the prices to move up without positive news. They can't do it themselves. And we know there's all those big, heavy short trades, and they just can't do it. No miracle. The sucker's losing money. Yep. That's how poly market is, though. But those are actual people not just voting in a poll, but actually putting their money down, betting the odds. Got to buy more and move fast. Right? We talked about that earlier, Anthony. Stocks and gold, that's where the money is. It's not in crypto right now. Yes, Mark, those are the jobs. But all the kids today, they want to be YouTube influencers, TikTok, right? That's what they want to do. They don't want a real job. I don't remember what happened back in February 2024, Matt, that caused Doge and Shib and a bunch of others to go up so much. I don't remember the news that was going on at the time. But there was a nice pump. And it sold off. But I don't remember. If that person's right, we're going to make a lot of money too. I know, right? Yeah, Powell did say quantitative tightening is ending December 1st. Some people were misinterpreting that, saying that quantitative easing starts December 1st, and that's not true. The easing part of it takes a couple months, so that won't be till 2026. We talked about the Italian football team getting the sponsorship deal last week, Raiden. Yep. B level. I just use the term B level. B level soccer team. There's a B level hockey team up in Switzerland that House of Doge is also partnering with someone. It's all B level stuff. It's like, come on. You can do better. I challenge the House of Doge to do better. Why isn't the Toronto Blue Jays, right, who actually have Blue Jays executives as part of their team, why didn't they get a sponsorship deal? I mean, Toronto was just in the World Series. Would have been awesome. What a great advertising thing that would have been, a marketing thing for Dogecoin. Nope, nothing. We got nothing. So I'm like, I don't blame them. If I can do YouTube, I will. Just need a muse to guide me. You got to find something you love, you're passionate about, and then just stick to it. Grind away. Build up a following. Yeah, there's not an exact, for crypto, there is not a direct relationship between easing and crypto bull runs. So Anthony says, let's just call it, take whatever liquid money we have, put it in short-term deposits, earn a few dollars, enjoy Christmas. We have hopium, Anthony. We have hopium, particularly with Dogecoin. A lot of hopium out there. Maybe the Celtics. The Celtics, there's no one there who's going to be promoting Dogecoin, unfortunately. You would have rooted for the Jays if they had a Dogecoin marketing. I know, right? That would have been such a beautiful thing to do. Nope. Yeah, YouTube's not really easy to start, Mark. When I first started it, I was terrible. It was awful. But over time, I got better and just kept grinding away. Yeah, it's tough, DB. In YouTube, you can't just be a generalist and just like everybody watch me. Today, I'm going to chop wood. And it's just like, yeah, there's only so many people watching you chop wood. And then tomorrow, what's it going to be? Yeah, I'm going to go to the grocery store. It's like, yeah. No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. The only hope, if ever in the next few weeks, would see some end of year window dressing. I know. Well, we got to wait for X payments, X money. It's still out there. That's the thing. That's the carrot. Yeah, I know, DB. It's just like, now that I've been in YouTube for years, I get it, right? But you got to like what you do. You can't just start doing like some kind of mystery channel of something because it's going to get you views. But if you don't like it, you don't enjoy it, it's not going to work. You got to love it. If Doge does a 1x, I'll be able to buy a boat. Good luck with that boat. You still want to see the omelet video. I have it around somewhere. I don't know where it is. But yeah, I've got it somewhere. Kriss making an omelet. That was 2020. That was now 5 years ago. I cooked myself making an omelet. Or I filmed myself making an omelet. I was just testing out. Like, I got a GoPro, right? I was just like thinking, I don't know what I wanted to do. And I was just like, yeah. There were a few others too, Ryan, but I'm going to tell you what they were. I'm not telling you. Oh, got to be real. We see what we see. And I know, Anthony, I believe it. There's a lot of people who feel the same as you. Not putting new money in, right? I'm not putting new money in right now, but I'm not selling. I'm hodling and just seeing how this goes, particularly with Dogecoin. We have no idea at this point. I wouldn't mind starting a channel like the War Blaster. I did not watch Joe Rogan with Elon. It's like hours long. I don't have time. I really don't have time. I was way too busy this weekend. I didn't have time to watch it. I saw a few clips online of a few things, but it was not my workout routine. It was not that. I did not film that. No. The Elon thing was good. I'm sure. He's a bright guy. A lot of stuff to talk about. Just, I was way too busy this weekend doing stuff. Elon said no more pumping crypto. I know, but all he has to do is launch X money and crypto will pump, particularly Dogecoin. It was a pretty weak here in the new house. Where I'm located isn't a prime trick-or-treating spot, so we didn't have many. And there was no costume that really stood out to me. Like, that's an awesome costume. Don't even remember now. But yeah, not a big trick-or-treating block here. Lose the 50-week moving average on Bitcoin. You can kiss the bull market goodbye. Yeah, Con, we looked at that because we had it here. the blue line on the weekly for Bitcoin. Right now, that is at 1028. 1028 right now. Now, it has dipped below it before. It did in April. It did dip below it. But the weekly candle ended above it. And that's what people say, right? You need the weekly candle to end below the 50-week moving average. Or Ben Cowan looks at the bull market support band, right? Which is something involved with this. I don't know exactly what the band is. But yeah, 1028 right now is the magic number there. For Dogecoin, I still have my magnet up here, right? My November magnet is up here at 30 cents again. So let's go. But again, we're still, even on the weekly, right? Higher lows, higher highs, right? Higher lows, higher highs. Ready for the next move up. So we will end this week tonight on the red candle. And if it's anything like what happened back here in June, the next week will be a green candle. And then in a few weeks, it'll pump. That's my green line out here. So that's what we're looking for. Waiting patiently. The only time I would put new money in is if there would be a flash crash event. Yeah, October 10th, Anthony, just to clarify. October 10th. Yeah, we'll look for that. If that happens, you're gonna put money in? I guess people would have money on the side waiting. The Ambroke account is saying Bitcoin's crashing to 60K tomorrow. Yeah, no. Hey, Gene, in your opinion, what do you think will happen as of now? I think we're going to keep going sideways, Gene. It's not up or down. Unfortunately, the answer is sideways until the government shutdown ends. We wait for the government shutdown to end. Ambroke, we got it. I played your chat. I get it. You don't have to say it again. We are cooking. Yeah, I saw that there was a clip about a flying car thing. I'm like, yeah, that's going to be a bit out there. But, you know, Elon is forward thinking though, right? Do I think we'll see 60K Bitcoin again? No, I do not, William. Oh, you're saying you don't think so either. I get it. I don't think so. Right. If the weekly closed below it, bear market. Yes. Love the Permabulls. They will be sorry when it pumps. No, when it pumps, the Permabulls will be making money. But they'll just be like, I told you so. Right? You'll get all that. You should have bought when I told you to. Elon would put X money in if he first gets his $1 trillion pay packet from Tesla. He can do X money regardless of that. I think. Raven did a new picture. Wow, look at that. Raven, you changed your profile picture. Look at that. Well, that looks pretty cool. LOL. Raiden says, LOL. Yeah, I'm trying to make this picture bigger. Well, look at that. I would think that is you in that picture I'm looking at. Huh. I love the onion domes in the building behind you, the onion domes. Being an architect, I love those kinds of things. This could be a spring coiling for a bounce up. Yes, that's what this could very well be. As we saw on this Ether National chart here that we've seen before with Dogecoin. Ryan has money on the side now, watching for the next flash crash. Since Cowan remains looking for a 5K ETH all-time high, it seems like that's only going to happen if we get that glorious, irrational, exuberant stage. Actually, for ETH, it's only like a little over 20% to get there. No, ETH's now 3,800, so it's like 25% now. It's not at 4,000, but it's not hard to get to 5K. We don't need that full-blown exuberance. That's the $10,000 ETH that other people are calling for. Kriss is not calling for $10,000 ETH. And I don't know if there's going to be another big crash, Gene. I mean, that was an exceptional thing we had 3 weeks ago. I don't know if that's going to happen again. Khan thinks Bitcoin will go to 10K. You're thinking like Jordan Cameron, right? It's going to be the biggest market dump since the stock market internet crash, right? 10K, wow. Really? It didn't even go to 10K last bear market. 15.6 was as low as it went. 10K. Are you going to short that, dude? You're going to short Bitcoin? Because if you think it's going to 10K, you should be shorting Bitcoin. Warbs is in the house. Exhausted. Sideways, been kind of slow. I get the purple box. Yep. It's all within a 15% swing, Benjamin. That's what I'm saying. It's just a 15% swing. So in crypto, that's nothing. But I get it if you point to a high and you point to a low, but it's still, the price is still exactly where it was 3 weeks ago. It's the same price. That's my point. We got the pinger going off. Oh, price is going down. ETH and Bitcoin. Let's zoom in. Yeah, getting red candles. Bitcoin just dropped. 1095 on Bitcoin. ETH not as much, but Bitcoin, yeah. My video feed titles appear to be directed. Very hard to, you're getting it, Anthony. Yes, you're getting it. I'm not giving you any clue. It's like, ah. XAI in Memphis is polluting the air with gas turbine generators. Yeah, that's not good. Will it be a good buy for ETH? I don't know. I'm not going to be buying ETH. I'll sell what I have at what I think is the top of the market, and I'm not going to buy ETH again. I'm just going to stick with Doge and Bitcoin. Stone Boy. You need to be watching my past videos where I called all of this out. I did one at the beginning of September called my 2-year outlook. So go watch that. All right? Still in play. If it's in a recession, you're going to short it. We're not there yet. The crab pasta salad, in celebration of our crab market that we have right now. I like that, Joanna. Because we're going sideways for 3 weeks. We're in a crab market. So you now have a crab pasta salad. Nice. Warb's making money. Making money at work. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. It's better than not working, right? Better than not working. Hey there, which coin should I buy? Which coin should I buy? You have 6,000. Do you want to put it all in one coin or you want to spread it out? You get a big red candle on Bitcoin, you buy Bitcoin. You get a red candle on Doge, you buy Doge. That's all I got. Why is there so much inflow of Dogecoin posts? There's hardly any Dogecoin posts. There's nothing going on right now on X. Nothing. Other than the government shutdown and Elon waiting on X money, what else are we waiting for? Well, the government shutdown leads to Dogecoin ETFs from Grayscale, Bitwise, 21 shares. We saw what happened with Hedera when the HBAR ETF started trading. If Elon wanted to do something again with Tesla, with Dogecoin, that would be nice. Even with Bitcoin, that would be nice. I don't know why he's not. I don't like shorting because it means keeping money on an exchange which could easily get lost if the firm goes under. I get it. I get it. You have a really good job. Well, it's better than having a bad job. Ryan is having shrimp tonight. Huh. I haven't seen the Pax cat today. Not much of him. He's been sleeping somewhere. Yeah. Dogecoin. If Bitcoin went down to 55K, I would not be opening shorts at 55K. I don't know why you're so bearish on Bitcoin, though. I don't know. I wanted to take the winter off, but I started losing my mind at home, so I had to go back. I know. You got to do something. Sitting around, like... I'm thinking about, like, when I retire, like, what am I going to do? I'm not just sit around, do nothing. I'm going to travel. I'm going to, like, be sitting around. Warren Buffett said if you give him all the Bitcoin in the world for $25, he wouldn't take it. Yeah, I think I have that quote. Ryan, I have that quote, don't I? Warren Buffett quote. Yeah, here it is.
Now, if you told me you owned all of the Bitcoin in the world and you offered it to me for $25, I wouldn't take it because what would I do with it?
There you go. I wouldn't take it because what would I do with it? Right? Yep, he did say that. Anthony, you didn't know I had that quote, did you? I got quotes. Those are all my clips. I got a bunch of clips. That's one of them. You didn't see any, so you went into For You and then you got some? Yeah, they're probably older. There's just not much going on. The sentiment is really low. It's just like, ugh. William's at work getting paid to watch a KrissPax live stream. Awesome. Bitcoin and gold aren't completely reverse correlated, DC Blur. They can go up at the same time too. I mean, if money's coming into the market and it's getting spread out amongst different assets, both gold and Bitcoin can go up. There's just not enough money, new money coming into the markets right now. That's why people are saying quantitative easing, business cycle 2026 might be an extended cycle in that new money will be coming into the market in 2026. So, yeah. Why would I go to the UK? Hey, Omar, I just feel like we're out of time. Yeah, that's why people are saying extended cycle now. Extended cycle. More starting rumors. Jack, be careful with that word. We try and keep things cool here. Or are you talking about Warren Buffett? I think it's good we're not getting another fake Sunday pump that gets slammed. Yeah, it looks like they tried to do a little dip right here just now, but we haven't fully recovered back up to 110 yet. So I will be watching this Bitcoin price right here. Can we get back up to 110? If we stay down here in the 109s, drift down into the 108s, yeah, that's not going to be good. Anthony had an all-you-can-eat pork, Wagyu beef, chicken, and lamb skewers with shrimps. Wow, that does sound good. Now I'm getting hungry. Who's betting on the government opening it back up tomorrow? Not me. I'm not either. I am not either. There's 1% though on Polymarket. 1%. It's actually less than 1%. 0.7 cents. You could make a crap ton of money if you poured it in and knew that the government was going to open tomorrow. You could make 99%. Wow. But you're not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Feels like the more I wait for the market to go up, the more bullish I get. More time to accumulate. That's the bullish outlook. Exactly. That's the bullish outlook. But you can see we got a lot of bears as well. And then you got me, who's non-committal. And I'm just like crab salad, right? Sideways. I don't see us going either way for a couple weeks still. I think we're still going to be stuck going sideways. Well, Ryan, no, this is on Robinhood. This is Polymarket. I don't know what they take. I don't know. I don't bet on Polymarket. So I don't know what they take for a fee. They take something, but I don't know what it is. You're in a specific mood, Warbs? We've been in the bear market since November 2024 pump. Ed, zoom out, dude. Don't just look from last November to now. Zoom out. The lows are higher lows, even all the way back, extended all the way back to 2024. It's still higher lows. Yes, Ed, we did have this huge run, no doubt, right? That happened. But when it came back down, it didn't go lower than where it was at the spring point. And we've had successive, little pumps, right? We've had these pumps, but each one of those pumps is giving us higher lows and higher highs. That is not the sign of a bear market. If you're only zeroing in on an all-time high to a low for the past year, yeah, you're going to get that with anything. Even in bull markets, you're going to get that. It's not just a straight line up. Volatility, especially with Dogecoin. But that's what the chart says. This does not say bear market. Continually seeing higher lows and higher highs is not a bear market. All right? I mean, that's just what I'm seeing. I don't know if you're seeing something different. But yeah, this was a big drop, right? 48 cents, and we dropped all the way down to 13 cents, right? 70% drop. Yeah, that was bad. But it didn't keep going down. We're going up since then. I was buying down here because I believed we were not in a bear market. So I was buying at 13 cents. We were talking about it then. And I showed you I posted on X, buying Dogecoin on that dip. So do I think the bull market is over? Nope. Do I think we'll have $1 Dogecoin? Not exactly. Somewhere in between. That's what I think. If someone offered me all the cake in the world for $25, I wouldn't take it. Gene, another $20 into Doge. Yeah, look for the big red candle. There are always dips. Warm, so don't be a troll. Don't be a troll. Not a good look. Ryan is a good counter troll. That's good. A counter troll. I know. You're more cute, adorable troller. You can't do it like Momtaz or Larry or any of those, right? The real trollers. Hanging out in Never Never Land. Right? Oh. All right, gang. Hey, this is what we got today. I hate to break it up, but I have got to run. So we got a week ahead of us. What's going to happen? Monday, I will be live again. We will have a much more lively and engaging live stream. Not that you guys aren't lively, but we'll have more here. Big things are coming. Unfortunately, I think we're going to be sticking around in our purple box for a little while. We got to get the government shutdown ended. It's all going to be politics tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. Finger pointing, healthcare, SNAP benefits, like all that crap again and again. But that's what we have to deal with. I hope everyone has a great Sunday night or Monday morning, even if it's already tomorrow where you are. And we'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.